Hello everybody and welcome to another video here at PBG. We are going to be talking about the updates to the Taboo list that just came out while I was on vacation. Very rude of FFG to do that at that time. Very inconsiderate, you know. They should have emailed me and said, hey, is it okay we do this in this time? And I probably would have said yes.
I mean, they don't have to bother you. They could just keep tabs on your Discord.
That is true. Yeah, for sure. But we're going to be talking about the cards here that were changed. So, new cards were Unchained, Mutated, and Forbidden. We had another card added to the Forbidden list on this Taboo update, which is, you know...
It's not even green.
It's not even green.
It's not.
And if you don't know what the Taboo list is, it's an optional list that brings in deck building restrictions or text changes to cards in the game. This is going to be a pretty quick video. We're just going to kind of go over them. Most of them are pretty straightforward until we get to some of the mutations later on in the list. So, first off... we got the two cards that were unchained. So both Archibald McVeigh and Flurry of Blows have been unchanged, and they each cost -2 experience. So they're still level 5 cards, which matters more so for Flurry of Blows
than Archibald McVeigh. It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's a neutral card.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything at all. But for Flurry of Blows, it's still level 5. But even then, 5 and 3 are pretty similar as well.
Yeah.
But they now cost 3 experience each, which... you played with Archibald.
Yeah.
He probably didn't feel worth it at 5.
He was fine. I had so much experience, it didn't really matter.
That is true. We did end with like 70 experience in those decks.
He would feel probably pretty bad in earlier campaigns, especially since he's just Dr. Milan.
Yep.
So
Dr. Milan like stops working eventually. But you can do it in burst. You can do it in burst.
Also front loaded.
Yeah, you can do it burst,
There is that.
Yeah, he does have a little bit more soak too, but like he's an upgrade Dr. Milan, but he's still just Dr.
Can you
Milan.
imagine if you had to exhaust him to take a secret off?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Like this Blood of Thoth, this shit.
Yeah.
I played Flurry of Blows in my Wilson deck when I had the Sledgehammer. I did the Sledgehammer Wilson, and I brought Flurry of Blows in that one. Yeah, that was Hemlock. And I thought it was fine at 5 XP because it's like the capstone. You run one of it in your deck and you use it to just like have a boss killing turn, right? But it also kind of like Archibald McVeigh feels a little bit higher up on XP, and I think 3 is probably better for it, but...
yeah, like Flurry of Blows, I think it lives in a similar kind of place as like Deny Existence 5, where you don't ever build around it, and you don't take it to make your deck work. You take it because it's cool and makes you feel good to use.
Yeah.
And in that case, it doesn't really matter what the experience on it is.
Yeah, 100%. I actually was wrong. I brought this in my Lily Chen Butterfly Swords deck. That's what I did instead.
Or because you're in the art.
Yeah, you have to take her, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was actually the card that we voted as the most Timmy card, which, because it is. It's just like...
you're like, oh, I'm so cool, punching this guy 3 times or whatever.
And then everyone at the table was, wow, you are so cool. Yeah. All right, easy peasy. Let's start talking about mutations. This one also is easy peasy. Swift Reflexes. This card gains limit twice per round.
Good.
Yeah, just breaking.
That's kind of lame. Honestly, like if you can take an infinite turn on this, like
you don't need to use these things.
Who cares? No, I don't, because it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, if that's what you want to do, then like great. But if you're not having fun doing that, then like stop doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not...
I think it's more just not fun for other people at the table, but...
that's okay.
I think it's also become one of those things where I think to a slight negative to the Taboo list, it's kind of becoming like design fixes, right?
This is like patch notes.
Yeah, this is like, so like if they designed Swift Reflexes today, it would say that on this. So like the Taboo can fit that. And I don't know if that's like the right thing for the Taboo list, but it's here today. I don't think it's like terrible, but...
that's fair. I was a little bit disappointed to see how many mutations there were, as opposed to, I mean, chains on chains as a balancing factor, because one of the initial... I might be wrong about this, but I believe one of the initial intentions of the Taboo list when they first put it out was they didn't want to have too many... they didn't want to change what a card did, and they didn't want to have too much like mental overhead with regards to it, and just changing experience costs of things doesn't really... you don't have to really remember that.
Same with like an exhaust on Dr. Milan. Like that's easy to remember.
Or like Rex's once per round. But even those things, as you get more and more cards that have them, become more of a burden to remember. And even adding little things like this are tough, or they contribute to that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I was when I was talking about this on stream, I hope that once they finalize like the formats and like their current actually like starts, they take a bunch of stuff off, because I feel like Flamethrower doesn't need to have +1 XP when it goes into Legacy anymore. Like, because Legacy, if they want it to be just like strong,
Yeah, right.
just like let it be.
At that point, if we care about like making new things feel impactful compared with old things, that's great, because the old things you can't play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we don't have to.
Yeah, they should unforbid Double
Do
or
that
Nothing
anymore.
and the other card too.
Just on for one cycle and then they're free. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 100%, right? Like, because even Flamethrower compared to like Flamethrower is still obviously very good, but compared to what we saw with other weapons that were coming out, it's not really 6 XP anymore. So I think
Nope.
No,
also
especially
making the list smaller would be nicer.
Yeah, especially considering that it costs the body slot, and the body slot is like so much more relevant
Yep.
now than it was then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
No, I think like this kind of mutation is kind of like who was doing that with this card. Like, if you're playing by yourself, who cares?
Yeah,
Because you're playing by yourself.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. If you're having fun, great.
yeah.
If you're doing this kind of thing at like large events, like, okay, sure, all right, maybe you're the bad guy.
Yes. yeah.
But like, I feel like the majority of the time that people are using this card, they're probably not doing it more than twice around.
I agree.
So
No,
Yeah,
probably
whatever.
not.
Probably
Yeah.
doesn't matter too much.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Chuck Fergus. His is a Taboo, which is his first bullet point. Now reads, that event gains fast, play only during your turn. I think that, like what Bryn was just saying for Swift Reflexes, most people were using Chuck to do this anyway.
I thought the rules worked that way. Like, if a card had, like, you can't play a magnifying glass during the Mythos phase.
So how it works is that assets with fast can only be played during your turn.
Yeah, I thought
Events with fast?
everything needed to be like you'd had to be able to play this normally, but it didn't cost an
Not for
action
events, like-
unless it said do this during another part of the game.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite for that. Like, everything specifies. If there's no specification, it's assumed it's during any lightning bolt window.
Wow, that's stupid.
Yeah,
That is
it's
stupid.
pretty stupid. Yeah, but
Then why do you have things like Tempt Fate that say you can play during a lightning bolt window?
because that is so. That is the norm. Like, that's like what. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
then
it's.
why if it's the norm, why does it say it?
So like that's where things get. I'm not defending this. I'm explaining like why it happens,
Okay.
right? So like that's how it works, right? Like, that's what they always put on events. But this doesn't specify, so it has that text essentially. Like, it has any lightning bolt window, right? So that's why.
Yeah,
it's,
but when you have text on other cards like Tempt Fate, that implies, I'm not arguing against you.
Yeah.
But like that implies that the fact that they need to specify implies that's not normally how it works.
I
and you
agree.
look at this, it gains fast. Oh, I can play it during my turn.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that would be like a better thing to just have them fix with like a rules update.
That feels like a rules update, not a card update.
Yes.
Because like, if it's a card update, then like, does every fast event say that now?
You know what? That's actually, I'm not too sure of
Like-
like what fast events at the top of my head, but I'm sure most of them specify. Yeah. They'll specify when you can
like
play them.
Swift Reflexes. Does that say you can only play it during your turn?
Play during
An
any
investigation.
During an investigator's
Except
turn.
during an
Okay,
action,
okay.
yeah. So that's one of the things that it's like,
See, like, I would expect that one. I'm allowed to play it outside of my turn because it says I can play it outside of my turn.
and I feel like it's one of those things
Right.
because the rules have been kind of sloppy for Arkham, like it's kind of like building on top of stuff, that this was something that whenever
Building
they
on top of
played,
spaghetti code.
exactly,
I gotcha.
right? Whenever they were playing, they were just doing it like the normal way. But then someone asked, but what that doesn't actually work as it's written, and then they're like, fuck, you're right, you know? And I think, I wish they did a change to
I mean,
the
they don't have
rules
to, they can
reference.
just be like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but this changes nothing for
Yeah,
Chuck,
like,
for
it
like
really- it
majority
really
of the
doesn't change much.
yeah.
yeah. No,
It's
that
kind of
should
just
be
like this works the way you think it does.
Yes, yeah, this is just be normal.
Yeah, why can't you be normal?
The screaming kid meme
Yeah,
from Babadook, yeah.
No, like take this off Chuck and just change the rules,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. All right. Power Word. This one is a very minor change. Everything else on this.
Can we just add this card to the forbidden list? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
We just, like, every time, it feels like every time this card comes up and they're like, ooh, so actually there's a problem here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just kill it. Just behind the shed. And
would
it
be
went to a
nice.
farm upstate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just changed it from a will 3 to a will 2.
Yeah. And I think the main reason for that is I think they actually made they made a big mistake. Something that you actually often said about parlay cards is they designed them with fine clothes in mind when they should have just made fine clothes either gone or like ignored it, right? And now that it's going into it's rotating out, but this is staying in. The theory, I believe, is getting rid of that fine clothes tax that's on these parlay cards.
Yeah, or
at least
just
with this one.
printed, like, new fine clothes with updated wording
Yeah.
when Alessandra came out.
Yeah.
Or, like, hell, even a different card. That,
Yeah.
Like the one, the specialist one that we
The guy
got.
just came out. What's
Yeah.
his name? Lawrence Carlisle, playing both sides.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
No, I am with Bryn though.
But-
This card would probably be better off just taking
Yeah,
out
we should
behind
just
the shed.
yeah, we should
Yeah.
just get rid of it.
Like it's got so much to remember and so much to do on it.
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah,
it's just and
easily
fact
the
that it
most
has
complicated
a mutation
customizable
as
card.
well, and
Yeah,
like what's the payoff? It's like your monster fighter doesn't get to play the game. Like the payoff is other people have less fun.
Yeah.
It's a neat design idea, but it didn't.
it didn't come out
work
right.
out,
Yeah, it
yeah.
didn't come out right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Hold Up, which is a good change. If you succeed, so now instead of just if you succeed, you play it, you get to play it by the reducing its cost by the amount you succeeded by. Something that's kind of just like,
But you also get to do damage.
Right.
yes, you also get to do damage, yeah. Instead of dealing damage, so you also now get to deal the damage with it.
So you're like, give me the thing, and they go okay, and you
then you
shoot them anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're really bad at this, like that guy appears to be.
Yes. Yeah.
See, he's like, oh, good, they gave it to me, but then he's real nervous, so he like pulls the trigger anyway.
Yeah.
So, whole thing.
I mean, this card sucks, but I was pretty okay with it sucking.
Yeah. Some cards
it
can
only
just suck.
sucks
Right?
if you're
Yeah,
not
they don't-
putting an old shotgun into play.
Yeah. They don't have to like be good.
Yeah. All right. We then got hand-eye coordination, which is now resolve an action ability on a level 0 to 3 tool or weapon as you control, ignoring all costs. So,
Suck it, Sledgehammer.
yeah, suck it, Sledgehammer, but also now does the thing that
they
we
updated it
thought
for
it
me.
did when it actually, you read the card.
Thank you.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
like this also seems like a fine change if we're gonna continue making guns like the Gatling gun or the bar, where it's like, hey, so you spend a lot of ammo, you do a lot of damage, we ignore all its costs. Like, that's a lot of damage for very little.
Oh yeah, it's just you normally ignore all its costs.
Hmm?
You normally ignore all its costs.
Oh,
you
you
only
could.
ignore the action cost.
Yeah.
It's like I think it was fine
You can
the way it
ignore
was
whatever
before,
costs
probably.
you want.
But I
It's
mean,
easy.
Yeah, you can just
Just
cheat.
hand wave it. I think that this is obviously a nice change because it makes it actually do what it says. But it's one of those things that, like Swift Reflexes, it's kind of like a new card. Well, not so much like Swift Reflex.
is.
That's not a new card, but like it is like one of those things where it feels a little bit unnecessary. It kind of feels like a whole new thing. Like it's the same idea, but it's
I actually think this is a worse mutation than Swift Reflexes. 'Cause Swift Reflexes, like you guys were talking about, most people don't play it 3, 4, 5, however
No.
many times a turn, and so that text just doesn't matter. But this card does a different thing than what it says now.
Yep.
And I think, your cards should do what they say, man.
yeah.
Even if it was confusing that like without paying its action costs and then you still have to pay like ammo or whatever the other costs are, it's just it does a completely different thing.
Yeah. It'd be one of those things where just like eat the hand-eye coordination and then in 2 cycles release this card
Yeah.
of that and like
At like level 3 or whatever.
yeah.
Or
Or
2.
yeah, or even like so like release this at level 1 and then release like a level 3 version that lets you do a 0 to 5, right?
Yeah.
And just like have like there you go, 2 cards, boom, same art, save some cash. It's great.
Yeah, so I have like sleight of hand where it just changed what you could put into play with it. Like this actually changes what the card does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All right.
no bueno.
Blood of Thoth, the big one.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at all that change.
Yeah, it's a big change. I think that Blood of Thoth got like reverse skull clamped, right? Where it was that like it was too good. it was too bad, and then Skull Clamp became too good, right? At the last minute. Blood of Thoth was like the opposite.
So Skull Clamp was like considered too good at +1/+1.
Yeah.
So they made it +1/-1 because now it's worse.
And then it got
It's like
even
that
better.
is not worse, sir.
There are some cards that have been changed to be like worse. They've been gimped right before release. There's an enchantment. It's like a white enchantment, and whenever you lose life at the end of your end step, if you lost life the turn, you get 1/1 soldier or something like that. And it was printed as like a 3-cost enchantment, and they were like, this card was like way too strong in testing, so we just kneecapped it.
Yeah, so a similar thing happened with Blood of Thoth here. And the community hated it. They memed on it, and we were always just like, yeah, it's bad, but
Yeah, like sometimes they print bad cards, man.
Yeah, that just happens. But this thing's been tweaked. Like, the numbers changed. It's like does the same idea. The numbers are just better. So let me read it for all you at home. This card's a reaction. Reaction ability reads: reaction when doom is placed on a card you control. Place 1 resource from the token pool on Blood of Thoth as an offering. It no longer exhausts. That's the difference for the top one.
It doesn't say. Does it still say when 1 or more doom?
Yes, when 1 or more doom. So this is just when doom is placed.
You just shortened it. Yeah. Okay.
This card's Lightning Bolt ability now reads: Lightning Bolt during the investigation phase, except during an action, spend 2 offerings and exhaust it. Choose an investigator at location to immediately take an action as if it were their turn. Difference for this one is 1 less offering for what you have to spend, and you don't have to remove all the offerings. You just remove 2, and it's now limited only investigation phase. Those are the changes on it. So obviously the card has become better, which was the intention on here. Is it too much for Taboo? I think if you look at it individually and you were playing a Blood of Thoth deck, it's pretty easy to keep track of. But going back to the points I was saying previously, when you look at the Taboo list as a whole, that's a lot of text, like when you have to look at everything. And you don't need to remember everything when you're playing the Taboo list, but it becomes one of those things where at a certain point, can a bad card just be bad? And I think we all agree. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, we could have just left this as a dead card.
Yeah. Or alternatively, just done the top part, where it doesn't exhaust on the top part anymore. You still have to remove 3 offering. Like, you have 3 and you remove them all. And that could have been an easier way. Because then it's like a Dr. Milan, but like without a simpler Taboo to have with it.
Yeah, like I'm still probably not going to play this card, so it doesn't really matter. I still think it kind of sucks. So.
Yeah, I mean, purple has a lot of very good accessory slot cards.
Yep.
This, I think, is still not one of them.
No, not really. It doesn't
It's
do,
like not
it does like
bad.
a neat-ish thing with
Yeah.
like Blood Right.
Yeah.
But
Also, the other thing is like with Amina and Sin Eater, you play a card, move the Doom onto Sin Eater, you get the action
you've
back for
placed-
activating it, right? Like that's kind of like as well, but that's
Yeah.
just a schizo tool. Like that's good, but like is it?
is moving it considered placing Doom?
Yes, yeah. Moving is
Yeah.
considered placing.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, this one could have just stayed bad.
All right, last one we got on here is the second forbidden card, the Necronomicon, level 5. The Petrus de Dacia translation is dead.
There was no way to make this fair.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, like
I think there was, but
Yeah, you would think that.
I mean, if you just add exhaust to all the abilities, I think it's fine. Or add limit
Yes,
1
those-
per turn to like 1 ability per turn.
yeah.
Or even like each ability is limited once per turn. I think that's totally fine as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think there was I'm not upset that it's gone, because like I understand like Double or Nothing, like whenever they do any Tome synergy, this comes up. Secret synergy, this comes up. Seeker, in general, right? And also because we saw from the current that the starter decks are staying in print. This one they do need to be aware of when they're designing cards. So at least on the Taboo side, just it makes sense.
That being said, it does feel really bad to have one of your starter deck cards be forbidden.
Yeah,
So, like, I mean, no matter which one you play, there's always one that, whether it's forbidden or not, you aren't allowed to play with because this card is ass.
I mean, that's different.
This
than-
one, you're not allowed to play with because it's too good. But,
Yes,
like,
that's very
a
different
better
when you-
problem to have than, like, Relentless.
No, it's
Or,
not. Like, you
like-
can look at bad cards, you're like, I want this in my deck, and you can just take it out and you forget about it. But
Yeah, you
with
can
this
look at
card being too
and
good,
put
you
it in a different box because it...
yeah, you look at it and you're
Can't
like,
be in your
oh, this
deck.
card's sick, I want to play it. And someone's like, actually, you're not allowed to.
I think in response to that, I think that's a fair point. But I feel like most players, if they're just getting in and they just buy the starter decks, they're not even looking at the taboo list yet.
No.
And when they do, they're going to be no longer playing current because they're going to have a legacy collection at that point.
Yeah, or like, I mean, if somebody shows up and they're like, I'm going to play this Harvey Walters deck I just bought, like, sure.
Yeah.
Like, do it, King.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it doesn't matter. If we don't have access to, like, the full collection, or even, like, most of it, hell, even just, like, the yellow parts of it,
Yeah.
this card's not so broken anymore. It's still really, really good. It's just, like, great, we can't, like, do half the broken things with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I do agree with what you're saying, though, Travis, is I could see it being, like, an exhaust, could slow it down, and, like, maybe it would have been, like, better on that. But, I mean, who knows? The taboo list is...
I mean, ultimately, I don't really care. I've played with this card enough.
Yeah.
Like, my fill with it.
Yeah.
But that being said, I do find it, like, a little bit insulting with the lengths that they go through to, like changing hand-eye coordination to do a completely different thing, changing Blood of Thoth, all the text on that to try and make it viable, that they didn't even try to balance this one.
Mhm.
They would just, like, changed sleight of hand, and they're like, we've tried everything.
Mhm.
The card's still broken, damn. Like,
yeah, does this
Okay.
mean we can change sleight of hand back?
no.
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting on that point, right? Because Double or Nothing stops, like, it has, like, an interaction, like, with every skill card or event card or action card that you're doing, right? While Necronomicon really has, like, the tome and secret synergy that comes with it. So it's, like, a lot smaller of a thing that it interacts with.
Yeah,
right?
like, even if they had tried, even if they'd been like, yeah, the abilities exhaust now, or the abilities cost an action now, or whatever, and then they tried one of those, and then next cycle came out, they're like, yeah, it's still too good with a bit, okay, but they just didn't try at all, right? They nerfed a card that wasn't this one, and they were like, damn, guess that's it. We've tried nothing, we're all out of ideas.
Yeah, because, I mean, I thought this thing was pretty okay at 8 XP.
Yep.
I also, like, even though they point to the library pass combo, where you can, like, put on the bottom of your deck, use Scroll of Secrets, put on top of your deck, or put it into your hand and just repeat. But I always think of you, Bryn, when you say that stuff, where it's like, yeah, but that's going to cost you, like, 16 to 18 experience. Like, that should be, like,
That's
good.
the thing that your deck
Yeah,
does.
that's, like, your deck's
good.
combo, right?
You also have to find some of them, and it's admittedly, like, easy with Research Library and whatnot, but, like, you do have to go through the steps of finding them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to find the library pass.
Yeah, that
No,
one's the permit for
but
that.
You do have to find the Scroll of Secrets
Yeah,
and
it's
the
easy.
Necronomicon, and you have to find some way to keep secrets on the Scroll of Secrets.
So maybe it's one of those things that, like, we've been saying for a while. Maybe just, like, reducing the power of, like, Research Librarian could have been a good place to start too, right? Like, instead of searching your deck, search 9, right?
Yeah. But no, like, as it is kind of disappointing that they, man, especially bring up Sleight of Hand. I still don't actually know what that card does now. They've changed it so many
0-3,
times.
I think 0-3.
And they're not even, like, going to try on this one, you know?
Only one hand slot.
Only one hand slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like,
Yeah. Only
you guys
one
don't know
hand-
either.
I think it's only one hand slot and it's 0 to 3.
Yeah.
It might not be only one.
And no, it
hand
might
slot
be two
anymore.
hand slot 0-3.
Yeah.
It might be two hand slots
Yeah, I
0-3.
mean, you have a Sleight of Hand that's like a cool card with a power fantasy, and they've gone through how many, despite repeatedly printing cards and it inadvertently, theoretically reducing design space, not actually, because they just print the cards anyway, and then change Sleight of Hand. They're still willing to work with Sleight of Hand to try and allow it to be playable, and, you know, with Necronomicon, they're just like, nah, just throw it out.
I mean, I'm looking forward to when I get one of my, like, a Survivor card I, like, put on the Forbidden list, because then we're all there, and it
Yeah.
feels like we're all hanging out.
I live here.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. My guess is Ancient
I've
Covenant.
been here since day one.
Yeah.
I bet it's going to be that stupid red arcane slot thing.
Oh, the Gift of Nonins?
Yeah.
That is a strong
That
card.
card is like
It seems very
kinda
strong.
brag.
Yeah, it seems pretty
I don't
strong.
think it'll take much to push over the edge.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was all the Taboo List updates. Thanks for everyone for watching this. In a few days on the channel, I'm going to read through the entire FAQ to talk about, like, what the changes were in that, so you can look forward to that. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a good one. We're going to play Kingdom Death Monster, so look forward to that on the channel in the near future if you like that game. And other than that, have a good rest of your day. See ya!